I'm striving to get rich. That's why I always went 2 years without buying shoes and fits. Things change now. My mom hearing me with my music and she look a little proud.
Yo, what's up, world? APWSPORTS signing in, and the Bears did it. The Bears got their guy. The Bears got the guy. They move up from the number 20th to the number 11th overall pick to select Justin Fields. We're finally getting the quarterback of our future. And on top of that, me being a little biased, me being an Ohio State fan, it's a guy from the Ohio State. A quarterback that we desperately needed because, in all intents and purposes, Andy Dalton was not going to be the guy that changes the needle for this franchise going forward. We finally get that guy in Justin Fields. And the way this draft played out, I was actually surprised at some of the things that happened. But before I get into my deeper thoughts on this, make sure you guys leave this video a like. That helps this channel to continue to grow. And if you are a first-time viewer, make sure you click that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you will not miss a single video. But the Bears finally do it. They finally come aggressive. They finally get the guy that, I'll just say it, I've been clamoring for at least about a year or close to a year. I have been wanting the Bears to get Justin Fields because I really feel that he will be the guy that solves this quarterback issue that the Bears have had for majority of their franchise's history. Justin Fields brings a different dynamic, like I've said before, than Andy Dalton would. Andy Dalton is serviceable in the role, like I've said before, but I just don't see him being the starting quarterback for an entire season. And if he even does start week 1, I don't see him getting past week 4 or 5, especially behind that offensive line. But we still got a little bit of draft to play out, so we'll see how that goes. But the Bears pull off the trade. Justin Fields is finally a Bear. I've been wishing for this for at least a year. If you guys follow me on social medias, APWSPORTS, Instagram, and Twitter, it is something I have been clamoring for and have been wanting for way too long. Something that I thought it was a bit of a pipe dream, but as we started to get closer and closer towards this draft, it started to become more of a reality. And how the draft played out, it started to become more of a reality. We knew the first 3 picks were going to be quarterback. We knew Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson. It was between Mac Jones and Trey Lance for number 3. Trey Lance was the better pick for San Fran. But when you start to go at 4, 5, 6, 7, I didn't think Justin Fields was going to fall past Denver. I really did not. I really did not feel he was going to fall past Denver. And once Denver took Patrick Surtain, I'm like, okay, maybe he falls out of the top 10. The Bears have to start making a move now. And when the Eagles traded up to 10, I'm not going to lie, I was really getting nervous because I'm like, okay, what are they drafting up to get? I know they need receiver in the worst way, but it has been rumored that they could be possibly looking at a quarterback, even though Jalen Hurts, I still think could be the future of that franchise. So when you look at that, I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, I really was like, uh-oh, what if Philly moved up to take him? That just X's out everything. And then once I figured Philly wasn't gonna take him and they took Devontae Smith, I'm like, this is the area the Bears need to make a move. If they want Justin Fields, like it's been rumored, and they're desperate to move up from 20 to get that quarterback, this is the point where they need to make that move because you have New England sitting at 15, which could possibly make a quarterback move. I was kind of hinting on social medias that maybe Miami could give up on Tua and possibly make a move. I didn't think it was going to happen, but if the Bears did not make a move, I really felt New England was going to take them at 15. If they did not make this move, I did not want Mac Jones. I've really been saying that I was really happy if the Bears took Justin Fields. I don't think Mac Jones would have been the guy that moves your needle, especially with his talent, even though I really feel Mac Jones could be good in a different situation, it just would have not fit here in Chicago with the offensive line struggles and Mac Jones not really being that mobile of a quarterback. And I feel Justin Fields is definitely the more talented quarterback. And Justin Fields, I've said all along, was the number 2 quarterback in this draft. And for the Bears to move up and select him, I lost my mind. If you guys watched my live stream and the post I made, I clipped it to my entire reaction on it. I literally lost my voice in that moment. I was so happy, me being a Buckeye fan and me really being diehard Bear fan, as you see behind me in the attire, that the Bears finally became aggressive and got the guy in Justin Fields. Now, what does this mean for the Bears going forward? I think maybe they have a quarterback competition in training camp. And if to be honest, I really can see a possibility where Justin Fields beats out Andy Dalton, even though Ryan Pace made it clear last night that Andy Dalton is going to be the starting quarterback. I don't see Andy Dalton lasting past at least week 4 or week 5, especially if they don't make any improvements to the offensive line, and Andy Dalton's not really that mobile, so if the line tends to struggle, I think he's going to not necessarily get hurt, but he's going to take a beating. So the Bears move up to get Justin Fields. The details of this trade, the Bears get the 11th pick and give up the 20th pick, which they had. They give up a 5th rounder next year. No, a 5th rounder this year. They give up a 1st rounder in next year's draft and a 4th rounder in next year's draft. So giving up a 1st, I think it was going to take that for the Bears to move up from 20, whatever trade they decided to make. But for them to keep their 2nd and 3rd rounders intact for not only this year, also next year, I think is a big, big win for the Bears. Because usually you see trades like this, you're probably getting up at least a 3rd. Maybe not a 2nd, but I really feel that you're probably going to give up a 3rd, especially in trades like this. But for them to keep their 2nd round pick and 3rd in both drafts, and you still able to move up to get Justin Fields, I really feel that that is a big win for the Bears. Because, number one, I think that changes the dynamic as far as Ryan Pace goes. If anything, I think this kind of saves Pace for the moment, especially if Fields comes out and he lives up to expectations that we kind of have for him. I'm not necessarily sure about Nagy. I'll be on the record about that. I am not necessarily sure about Nagy. Even though Nagy was the guy that helped KC pick Mahomes back in 2017, and that turned out to work. If Nagy doesn't check his ego at the door, because you have a dynamic, talented quarterback in Justin Fields now coming into your roster, and he could be the quarterback of the future. I've always felt that Andy Dalton was a stopgap or a bridge anyway, even when the signing happened. So I really felt that they were going to get a quarterback or try to make their move to get a quarterback anyway, even with the signing of Andy Dalton. But let's just be real. This is kind of odd to say, but out of Robinson's career, is Justin Fields the most talented quarterback that Allen Robinson has played with in his career? It's starting to look like it. The Bears, I was so happy that they got him. They finally made that aggressive move to get Justin Fields. I've already got my jersey ordered. If you guys follow me on social media, I've already ordered the jersey. It's on its way. I was not messing around. If they were to get him, I was getting a jersey. And I got the jersey that's on its way. But the Bears finally do it. They get the quarterback of the future. It remains to see what happens in the rest of this draft. It remains to see how things play out. But Justin Fields, welcome to Chicago. But as always, leave this video a like. Comment your thoughts down below. And if you have gotten to this point, make sure you click that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you will not miss a video. But I am APW Sports signing out. Make sure you guys stay safe. Have a great and excellent day. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bear down. Peace.